Morning, guys. I'm just on here for one reason and one reason only. It must be troll season again because I've had four, maybe five messages from a particular troll who hounded me last year over my latest message, which is entitled, Who Do You Think You Are? And it's regarding the interpretation of the rich young man. No, it's not. It's regarding the interpretation of Lazarus and the rich young ruler. So basically, I'm just on here to say, Krugemap, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I'm not taking any crap from you. If you want to attack me, now, first of all, before I say anything, what I will say is, yes, I did not put Andrew Jukes' name in my description box. Oh, big sin. Penalty of death, huh? I did say I was quoting from an old man. By the way, this old man lived in the 18th or 19th century. And his books, and I was reading from The Restitution of All Things by Andrew Jukes. His books are incredibly hard to read, even for my era. But for young Christians of today, or younger Christians, I should say, his words would be really tough. So, in part, yes, of course I read what he wrote. But I myself interpreted in as basic a way I could, what he was trying to expound on, and added what God had given me in that message. Do you know, I have been reading Andrew Jukes since, let me think, about 1995. That's a lot of years ago. And many of his books, the first book I read of Andrew Jukes was called Types in Genesis. Many of his books are kind of veiled when you first read them. It's like the truth is contained within these books, but sort of hidden in plain. It's like you have to go on an expedition of archaeology. You have to dig for what Andrew is trying to, the treasures he's trying to bring out. But the digging, you're all the happier for the dig. Because when you get a pearl or a gem of truth, if you know what I'm speaking of, the joy that's released in your spirit is palatable and wonderful. But as I say, he's hard to read simply because of his language, the way they spoke in those days. But I'm not, as I say, that's out there on the table. My input, my message was given to me by the Lord, and I do not take that back. I have made my stand, and I've made that perfectly clear. And crew, if you want to troll me, you're on a road, you're on a hiding to nothing, let me tell you. Do you see for the truth? Do you see last year? Way back last year, maybe 18 months ago, I caved in. I was afraid of the revelation about the everlasting sequences of hellfire burning forever. Because and I've explained this in some of my videos, if crew you would care to listen, because I didn't own it, and yet I put it out there, and that's why I got beaten up by trolls. Okay? And that's why I caved in under the pressure of that and said, okay, it's in God's book, it must be true, blah, blah, blah. And then God got the hold of me and put me straight back into a fire. Because you see, the inverted commas truth that I said I now stood on, and all those years ago, all those months ago, was not the truth at all. He had to burn that away. And it's the biggest fire I've ever gone through. It's the biggest trial I've ever gone through. It was me, the Lord, and the devil. And only us three know what I went through to get this truth revealed within my spirit. This truth about hellfire, brimstone forever. I stand now and I know the truth, and no one, not even you, little pious religious troll that you are, will take that away from me. Because it's not me that you will be fighting. You'll be fighting against God himself. Do you know it is a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living God? So I pity you if you even try. So if I was you, I would give up now. Go back into your little religious circles where you're happy to peddle about with your doctrines of demons and believe that, oh, gleefully handed, twisting, there millions of people are going to hell and they're going to burn forever and we're all going to be able to see it and clap and rejoice. If that's the circle you're in, oh my God, I pity you. You are to be pitied above all men. But not me. Don't reserve any pity for me, because I stand in the truth, in the knowledge and the understanding through the Holy Spirit of God's love and his justice. I know the truth now. I know the balance. The pendulum has not swung one way or the other the way it used to do in the past. I'm perfectly balanced, crew. And there's nothing you can do about it, because you'll only be fighting against the truth. So, when I gave my input into the rich man and Lazarus yesterday, do you know, even as I was reading it, and this is how God works with me, even as I was reading it, the truth of it was becoming more and more alive within me. So yes, I inadvertently picked up Andrew Jukes' book yesterday morning. The message I gave out yesterday was not the message I had in my head at all. But you see, when you walk with God, you don't do your own thing, crew. You're in tune with the Holy Spirit all the time, day and night, hour after hour, minute after minute. It's whatever he says goes. And yesterday, he wanted that truth brought out. And it was brought out. And it was brought out by my updating Andrew Jukes' book, Restitution of All Things, the part in which he speaks of the rich young ruler and Lazarus. So, I hope that's cleared up for you, crew. Not that it will be. I don't think anything I ever say will be cleared up by you. But you know something, crew? I care not. I care not. There's only one that I care about, and he's the one I serve and trust and love. So, throw your worst. You're only heaping coals upon your own head. So, by the way, that, no, I'll keep that for another day. This is all for you, crew. Aren't you the lucky one? Okay, folks, good morning.